The Council declared humanity weak, then watched our colonies rise from ashes. Ambassador Zethkri's mandibles clicked with satisfaction as he reviewed the final declaration. The Galactic Council's judgment was unanimous. Humanity was deemed structurally insufficient for interstellar civilization. The evidence was overwhelming. Their colonies barely survived, their technology primitive, their military laughably weak. The human experiment has failed, announced High Counselor Vextar, her crystalline form refracting the chamber's light into prismatic patterns. Their 17 colonies are struggling to maintain basic life support. 3 have already gone dark. The assembled representatives from across the galaxy murmured agreement. The Zephyrians, with their mastery over energy manipulation, had built cities that floated among gas giants. The Karathi had carved entire civilizations into asteroid belts. Even the youngest species, the Threx, had established self-sustaining biodomes on hostile worlds within decades of achieving spaceflight. Humans? They had been in space for nearly 2 centuries, and still couldn't properly terraform a garden world. We withdraw all technological and resource support, Vextar continued. If they survive the next 50 cycles without our aid, we may reconsider their application for council membership. Zethkri transmitted the decision to the human representative, a tired-looking woman named Sarah Chen, who had pleaded desperately for more time. Her response was surprisingly brief. Understood, we'll manage. The simplicity of her reply puzzled him, but Zethkri dismissed it. Humans always said strange things when facing extinction. 20 cycles later, the first reports began arriving. Impossible, muttered technical analyst Quindar as he reviewed the data streams. The human colony on Kepler 442b is showing massive infrastructure development. These readings suggest they've somehow increased their power output by 300%. Zethkri examined the reports with growing confusion. Not only had the colony survived, but it appeared to be thriving. More disturbing were the reports from other human worlds, each showing similar patterns of rapid, unprecedented growth. Perhaps their equipment is malfunctioning, suggested junior analyst Yexela. Humans are known for their unreliable technology, but the data kept flowing in. The colony on Wolf 1061c had somehow converted its toxic atmosphere into a breathable one in just 15 cycles. The mining operation on Proxima Centauri b had excavated more rare minerals in a single cycle than the Karathi managed in 10. Request a direct observation mission, Zethkri ordered. The reconnaissance ship emerged from hyperspace near New Geneva, humanity's 3rd colony. What Zethkri saw through the viewports defied everything he understood about human capabilities. Where once stood a collection of struggling habitation domes, now sprawled a gleaming metropolis. Massive atmospheric processors worked alongside towering vertical farms. The energy signatures were off the charts. They were somehow harnessing the planet's magnetic field in ways that shouldn't have been possible with human technology. How? Zethkri whispered. His question was answered when they intercepted a human communication channel. 2 colonists were discussing their latest project. The fusion reactor design is coming along nicely, said one voice. Sarah's modifications to the Zephyrian energy matrices are brilliant. Yeah, and combining it with the Karathi mineral processing techniques, we'll have this asteroid belt fully operational in 6 months. Zethkri's blood chilled. The humans weren't just surviving, they were innovating, taking technologies from multiple council species and improving upon them in ways the original creators never imagined. The revelation deepened when they visited Kepler 186f. The human colony there had faced an extinction-level volcanic event 12 cycles ago. The council had written them off as lost. Instead, they found a civilization that had not only survived, but had turned the catastrophe into an advantage. The humans had learned to harness geothermal energy on a planetary scale, creating a power grid that could support billions. The volcanic ash had been processed into advanced building materials stronger than anything in the galactic database. They don't just adapt, Zethkri reported back to the council. They transform adversity into strength. By the 40th cycle, the pattern was undeniable. Every human colony that had been on the verge of failure was now outperforming established, worlds. They had developed new forms of terraforming, created hybrid technologies that surpassed their origins, and established trade networks that were beginning to attract other species. More unsettling was their military development. Without council oversight, the humans had designed defense systems that integrated multiple technological philosophies. Their ships were modest in size but packed with innovations that made them formidable opponents. "They've reverse-engineered everything we ever shared with them," reported military analyst Kexvor. But they didn't just copy it, they made it better. The final shock came during the 47th cycle. The human colony ship Endurance had detected a massive void swarm, ancient mechanical entities that devoured entire star systems. The swarm was heading directly toward the Threx homeworld. The Threx, despite being council members, lacked the military capability to stop the threat. Their desperate plea for aid went out across the galaxy, but the nearest council fleet was 3 cycles away. The humans responded in 18 hours. A fleet of modular human vessels, each smaller than a standard council cruiser, engaged the void swarm at the edge of the Threx system. The battle should have been a massacre. Instead, the humans dismantled the swarm with surgical precision. Their ships worked in perfect coordination, using adaptive tactics that confused the ancient enemy algorithms. They had somehow weaponized their own technological adaptability, creating weapon systems that evolved in real time to counter every void swarm strategy. When Ambassador Chen walked into the council chambers for humanity's reassessment hearing, the atmosphere had changed entirely. The same beings who had declared humanity weak now watched her with a mixture of respect and wariness. "We underestimated you," admitted High Counselor Vextar. "Your species' greatest strength isn't your technology. It's your ability to learn, adapt, and improve upon everything you encounter." Chen smiled. "You threw us out believing we would die without your help. Instead, you gave us the greatest gift possible, the motivation to become self-reliant." She gestured to the holographic displays showing thriving human worlds. "Every failed colony taught us something new. Every crisis forced us to innovate. Every setback made us stronger." Zethikri realized the truth that had eluded them all. Humanity's weakness had been an illusion. Their apparent technological inferiority had masked their true strength, an unparalleled capacity for growth and adaptation. "The Council declares humanity not just eligible for membership," Vexitar announced, "but extends an invitation to join our leadership council." Chen's smile widened. "We accept, but on one condition. The next species you consider too weak gets the same chance we did." As the council voted unanimously in favor, Zethkri understood that humanity hadn't just joined the galactic community. They had fundamentally changed it. The universe would never underestimate the power of resilience again. In the end, the council had been right about one thing. Humanity was weak. But they had learned that weakness, when combined with determination, could become the strongest force in the galaxy.